You won't believe what's been going on with the Burruss family lately. The entire drama started from something as simple as an Instagram post by Riley Burruss, the 23-year-old daughter of Kandi Burruss from The Real Housewives of Atlanta. Riley uploaded a selfie, and at first it looked like a normal post. But fans quickly noticed something unusual. In the picture, Riley seemed to be holding her stomach in a way that made it look like she might be pregnant. And just like that, the internet went wild. Rumors spread instantly, and fans began speculating about whether Riley was expecting. But here's the shocking part. Neither Riley nor her mom, Kandi, has confirmed anything. Still, someone close to them couldn't stay quiet. And that person is Riley's stepdad, Todd Tucker. Now, Todd has never been one to bite his tongue when it comes to family matters, and this time was no different. Instead of brushing the rumors off or standing behind Riley, Todd was furious. But his anger wasn't aimed at Riley directly. It was directed at Kandi. Todd accused Kandi of being the reason Riley is acting out and pointed the finger at her parenting. He claimed that Riley's recent behavior and even these pregnancy rumors were all rooted in the way Kandi raised her. Todd didn't sugarcoat a thing. According to him, this situation didn't just come out of nowhere. He believes it's the result of a pattern of reckless choices Riley has been making, choices he blames squarely on Kandi. Todd even brought up specific examples. He mentioned that Riley had been going out to night parties for months, despite being only 23. And for him, it wasn't just about the parties. He argued that Riley's lifestyle and rebellious actions have been shaped by how Kandi has handled her as a mother. In Todd's eyes, Kandi's lack of discipline and control over Riley led directly to this messy situation. But Todd didn't stop there. He went as far as to suggest that Riley's rumored pregnancy was simply the latest consequence of the lifestyle Kandi allowed her daughter to live. It was clear that Todd held a lot of resentment, not just toward Riley, but also toward Kandi for, in his view, failing to guide her daughter properly. Here's where things get even crazier. Riley herself admitted to some of the things Todd had accused her of. In a Bravo interview, Riley confessed that she had been going to night parties for months. And that wasn't all. She also admitted to using her mom's money to fund her nights out. Yes, you heard that right. Riley openly said she was using Kandi's money to bankroll her partying lifestyle. As you can imagine, Todd wasn't happy when he heard this. His frustration boiled over, and Riley's public confession only made him angrier. To Todd, this was confirmation of everything he had been saying all along. Riley's honesty changed the whole situation. It was one thing for Todd to accuse Kandi of failing as a parent, but it hit differently when Riley herself admitted to doing the exact things Todd had been warning about. This made the entire family drama even messier and more complicated. Now let's step back and look at what's really happening here. The Burruss family has been in the spotlight for years, but now their private struggles are playing out for everyone to see. The tension between Todd, Kandi, and Riley is becoming more obvious by the day. Todd's anger, Riley's rebelliousness, and Kandi's attempts to hold it all together have created a rift that feels impossible to ignore. Todd's accusations against Kandi are serious. For him to claim that she hasn't done enough as a mother is no small statement, especially since it's coming from her husband. And when Riley admitted to fueling her nightlife with Kandi's money, it only made the tension worse. But Riley hasn't stayed silent through all of this. She's had her own struggles growing up in the public eye, including a strained relationship with her biological father, Russell Block Spencer. That broken relationship has weighed heavily on Riley, and Todd has acknowledged it too. He's said before that Riley is the only one of his kids who doesn't live with him, and he believes that's part of why she acts the way she does. Todd has made it clear that Riley's absence from his household frustrates him. He thinks his other children, who live under his roof, have had a more structured upbringing, while Riley has always been separate, living only with Kandi. To Todd, this distance has shaped Riley's choices in ways he disapproves of. But Riley has her own perspective. She doesn't feel like she needs her father's approval or Todd's influence to live her life. She's determined to make her own decisions, regardless of what others think. As for Kandi, she's caught in the middle of all this. She's always tried to protect Riley and provide for her, but Todd's accusations put her in a tough spot. Kandi has always stood by her daughter, but now her parenting is under fire not only from the public, but also from her own husband. Fans are split over the situation. Some agree with Todd, saying Kandi may have spoiled Riley and failed to set boundaries. Others defend Kandi, arguing that she's done everything she can as a single mom in the spotlight, and that Riley's behavior is just normal young adult rebellion. But many fans believe these pregnancy rumors are just scratching the surface of a much bigger family issue. They think the real story is the cracks forming between Kandi, Todd, and Riley, and those cracks are becoming harder and harder to hide. Despite everything, Riley hasn't backed down. She's been upfront about her choices, even if they don't sit well with her stepfather or the public. Her independence and rebellious streak are clear. She's determined to live life her way, no matter how messy it looks from the outside. And that's what makes this situation even more intriguing. This drama isn't just about one Instagram post or a rumor. It's about a family dealing with love, resentment, control, and the struggle of living under constant public scrutiny. Todd's anger isn't just about Riley's actions. It's also a reflection of his frustrations with how this blended family works. He feels like Riley doesn't respect him as a father figure, and he blames Kandi for not giving him more authority in her daughter's life. On the other hand, Kandi feels she's always done everything she could for Riley and refuses to let anyone, including her husband, tear down her role as a mother. Meanwhile, Riley is stuck in the middle, trying to assert her independence while her family drama explodes online. At the end of the day, this is about more than just pregnancy gossip. It's about trust, family roles, and how public exposure can make private struggles even harder to handle. So, where does this leave the Burruss family? Will they patch things up, or is this just the start of a bigger fallout? The truth is, this drama is far from over. The rumored pregnancy may be at the center of it all, but the deeper issues between Riley, Kandi, and Todd are what could truly break this family apart. For now, all we can do is watch as the story continues to unfold. Will Riley's relationship with her mom and stepdad heal? Or is this the breaking point? Will the pregnancy rumors turn out to be true? Or are they just smoke without fire? One thing's for sure, the Burruss family drama is only just beginning. And it's clear there's much more to come. Riley Burruss has always been in the spotlight because of her famous mother, Kandi Burruss, but now the young woman is at the center of a storm that has left her entire family shaken. It all started with a simple Instagram post. Riley, now 23 years old, shared what seemed to be just another selfie. At first glance, it looked like a normal picture. But fans quickly noticed something unusual. The way Riley was holding her stomach made many people believe she could be pregnant. Within minutes, social media exploded with comments, theories, and rumors. The post spread like wildfire, and fans began speculating that Riley might be expecting a baby. The shocking part is that Riley herself never confirmed or denied the speculation. Kandi Burruss, her mother, also remained silent, refusing to comment. But there was one person who had a lot to say about the situation: Todd Tucker, Riley's stepfather. Todd has never been one to hide his feelings. He has always been outspoken when it comes to family matters, and this time was no different. But instead of showing support for Riley, or at least keeping his thoughts private, Todd reacted in a way that stunned everyone. He blamed Kandi for everything. Todd accused Kandi of failing Riley as a mother, and claimed that her parenting style was the main reason Riley was acting out. According to Todd, this wasn't just about a possible pregnancy. He said Riley's behavior had been spiraling for months, and he believed Kandi's way of raising her was the root of all the problems. His words weren't vague. He flat out stated that Kandi was responsible for Riley's current path. He pointed to Riley's late-night lifestyle, her partying, and even the way she handled herself publicly. Todd claimed this wasn't sudden. It was the result of a bigger pattern, one that Kandi allowed to happen. In his mind, Riley's rumored pregnancy was just the latest chapter in a story of reckless behavior. What made this even more explosive was Riley's own confession during a Bravo interview. She admitted she had been attending night parties for months. Not only that, but she revealed she had been using her mother's money to fund these outings. Riley openly acknowledged her choices, which lined up with what Todd had been complaining about all along. For Todd, this was proof that he had been right about Riley all this time. This left the family in a very messy situation. On one hand, Todd was furious, convinced that Kandi's parenting was to blame. On the other hand, Riley admitted to the very actions that Todd had been criticizing.